Breaking Bad is the greatest TV show ever made. End of video. Bye bye. See you later. Oh, you want me to explain? Oh, okay. Let me explain. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about why I think Breaking Bad is the greatest TV show ever made. For those that don't know, Breaking Bad is a TV show about a man who is diagnosed with cancer and decides to go into the drug trade and start selling drugs to be able to provide for his family in the event of his death. And Walter White as a character is a very, very interestingly flawed character. And watching this character go from being like someone like SpongeBob to being someone like Scarface was a journey that was so amazing to watch. That journey alone is enough to intrigue you. But it's not just Walter White. There are other characters that are involved in this show that makes this show so good. Characters like his wife, Skylar White. Skylar White being a wife that is just wanting to look after her family, dealing with her husband who has become a drug dealer. Characters like Jesse Pinkman. Jesse Pinkman dealing with this crazy man that just wants to ruin his life. Characters like Gustavo Fring. Gustavo Fring, the greatest antagonist to Walter White. Characters like Skinny Pete and Badger. Characters that serve as comic relief. Characters that there are so many characters in this show. Characters like Hector Salamanca. Hector Salamanca does not say a word in this show, but it's just so interesting to watch. So many interesting characters like that in this show. And all the performances from all these actors just made the show feel so grounded and so real. Like, there's nothing exaggerated about any of their performances. They feel grounded, they feel like real people, and they feel like people that are really living this life and dealing with consequences of the action. And just watching all those things unfold was just something that was so brilliant to me. Another thing I really love about this show is the writing of the show. The producers of this show, they had a vision. They knew what they wanted to do from before they even started shooting the first scene. They knew what they wanted to achieve, and that was just something that made it very easy for them to accomplish the kind of thing they accomplished. The writing of this show is impeccable, it is unpredictable, and sometimes it is funny. Like, this show is a very dark show, or sometimes it is funny, and the comedy does not compromise the drama or the serious moments. Like, when you want to laugh, you find some things funny and you laugh, but the serious moments, man, they will hold you so well, and you feel like and you feel like you're a part of what is going on in the whole show, and it just adds to the brilliance of the show. For them to be able to switch from drama to comedy on a dime and still not compromise the show is something that was brilliantly done. But as much as I love Breaking Bad, but I didn't fully get into the show until towards the ending of the second season. And when I got to the end of the second season, I was completely hooked. And why I didn't really get into it is because of the pacing. The pacing of this show is slow, so it might lose some people, because I'm sure a lot of people like to see something bang. So when you are giving people something that is slow burn, nothing is happening, it just feels like, what am I watching? And it feels boring. But no, it is never boring. They are building and building. And when they build and it gets to the point where everything has to explode, the explosion is just so great, because you've been following this story. It has been building until it gets to the place where it just explodes. And when it explodes, it hits you so hard, because there are not many moments that are explosive and loud in this show. There are just a few moments, but when those few moments come, they are so impactful, because they've built. Like, think about it like this: if a show is always having so many action sequences, there's action, at some point the action might not feel so impactful anymore. But if the show does not have action too much, if they just build something slowly, when the action sequences come, it's going to blow your mind, and it's going to be much more impactful to you, because you've been waiting patiently for this to happen, and it's finally happened. And when it happens like that, man, they just outdo themselves with all the explosive moments. And those moments really stick with you. Not just the explosive moments, those moments of slow pacing also, they stay with you, because you are seeing what is happening, and because you know there's going to be a payoff of what is going to happen later. So all those little details that you think are just boring might actually have a reason why they are there, and when you see the payoff of it, it just makes so much sense. And the style of Breaking Bad is another thing that I have not seen anywhere else, except maybe Better Call Saul, because it's a spin-off show of Breaking Bad. There are some things they do with Breaking Bad, like the style of it. Like, at the beginning of an episode, you might see some images that you don't understand. You'll be seeing some clicks, like little clips, like you don't understand what it means, but towards the end of the show, when you get to the end of the episode, everything just makes sense. So all those little things just make the show so much better. Like, it feels like the producers of the show don't look down on the audience. They believe the audience is smart, and they believe the audience is going to figure out why we are showing all these things. They don't explain anything. They show you, and they believe you are going to get what you are saying. And when you see it, like, it connects with you, and you just get it. And because you put this piece of the puzzle together by yourself, it just makes you feel like a brilliant person. It makes me feel like a brilliant person when I solve all these puzzles. puzzles that they put together, and it's just something that just works for the show well. And the cinematography and the kind of music they use, the kind of music they use in this show is not the kind of music you think they would use in this kind of show. You will hear different kinds of music that might just feel like they will compromise the show, but they don't. Those music are carefully selected and they just work so well. Like, there are some songs that are in my head, that in my playlist, because of Breaking Bad, because of how well the show used the songs. The show just made me love the songs and just add them to my playlist. Like, there are so many songs from Breaking Bad I heard that I just love listening to just because of Breaking Bad. And also the direction of this show was amazing. Like I said earlier, the producers of this show, they had a vision, they knew what they wanted to achieve, and just made it very, very easy for them to direct it in a way that will just be what they want. And the direction just works so well. Like, different directors come in to work on this show, and all of them just click with the aesthetic of the show and just produce fantastic episodes. There are different directors, and every director that comes just knows it, because they understand the vision that they are trying to create, and just makes it easy for them to work with it. And the show gained a lot of recognition during the runtime of the show. It was nominated for over 200 awards and won almost 100 of them. Like, that is insane to me. I watched some compilations of awards that Breaking Bad had won, and I saw the categories of TV shows they were nominating the show with. And every time, Breaking Bad just kept winning and winning and winning. Like, not that the shows that it was winning against are not good shows. They are great shows that you said you watch and you'll be amazed at how good they are. But Breaking Bad is just on another level and just keeps snatching this thing. And everybody that sees Breaking Bad and sees the amount of awards that they get from it, like, you understand, yes, they deserve this shit, because this thing is freaking amazing. They say art is subjective, but I believe if you really, really appreciate art and you watch Breaking Bad, even if it's not your cup of tea, you will definitely appreciate the amount of work and the craft and everything that came together to work for this show. It worked so brilliantly. I've not seen any show that has worked as good as this show. Okay, the only show that I've seen that could top Breaking Bad was Better Call Saul. And Better Call Saul is also a spin-off show of Breaking Bad. So it's like father and son doing their thing. So, like, in my own mind, no show comes close to Breaking Bad ever. I mean, just look at where all the characters started from the first season and look at where they ended in the last season. Like, that is character growth, and that is what we like, or that is what I like seeing in movies or TV shows. And those people just delivered for me brilliantly. The show gets better and better and better as it goes. Season 1 is good, season 2 is good, season 3 just keeps getting better, season 4, everything just keeps going and getting better as it is going. Like, those guys knew what they wanted to do. Like I said, they knew what they wanted to achieve, and they achieved it phenomenally. Honestly, I have not watched any TV show that has stuck with me as much as Breaking Bad has stuck with me. And honestly, I think Breaking Bad is the greatest TV show ever made. Period. End of video. Bye.